As you will see in a minute, I'm not the greatest artist in the world. I have drawn since I was very little, and I have some evidence of that actually, but I have more drawings from my 20s, and I wanted to show you some of them just because. Let's start. I have been dabbling in Chinese brush painting, and these are some of the results. I really like this one. Very minimalist, but expressive, I think. Some flowers. And then more flowers. I actually like these because of the like color gradient. Yeah. These are all from 2021, by the way. This one's from June 2020. A little watercolor thing. An interesting bird kind of thing that I did with a technique I call intuitive drawing, where I just put some lines on a paper and then I build something out of that. I want to do more of that on this channel actually, but that's gonna come later. This is a little self-portrait. Well, I think the proportions aren't quite right. I mean, but there's an artistic quality to it, I guess. So, also from 2020. By the way, if you think that all of these suck, that's fine. I hope you can appreciate my vulnerability by sharing this stuff with the world, basically. Something else, something different on black paper, little nature drawing with chalk. Another intuitive drawing that I called Sea Monster with a Little Friend. This is the little friend. I think this was one of the first paintings I did with acrylics. It's a little still life. I think it was around 2016, 2017 maybe. A little portrait. Another portrait that was inspired by a dream. I think it was kind of a nightmarish dream. I called the drawing Mute. So a few studies of facial parts. Some fashion sketches. I did a lot of those when I was younger. Another little portrait of someone, I don't know, just out of my head basically, out of fantasy. I kind of act erotic drawing. This one I made in 2009 in an art gallery in Italy. Also interesting watercolor called Face Fragments 2010. We're going back in time usually, but sometimes the order is not quite right. A very dramatic woman. Pants that I actually sewed, but the fabric wasn't great, so I made a bag out of it in the end. And I still have that bag, but it's very heavy, so This one's called Fightless Try, and I drew that in 2012. A very interesting motif. Here are two little drawings that I made in Prague when I was there in 2012. This one's called Kaleidoscopic Colors. I was very much inspired by Dali at this time. I love him. His art. This was also done in Prague and it's called Worldview. It's inspired by mythology. I'm not sure which one. Maybe I just had heard of some mythology and then I thought of this worldview. I don't know. Now this one is interesting. It's called Reversible Dove Picture. And you can actually look at it from two sides. Shoop. It. Ooh, this one is from a time when I was in a relationship that was a little bit painful. It's called Heart Flesh Demon. Also 2012. An old man, I don't know. I just wanted to try to not always draw like young women like myself. Vein Rain. Maybe. This is done with wax colors on paper, obviously. A bikini sketch that I wanted to crochet and I never finished it. This one is called, it's French, I don't speak French, but I don't know. Collage surréal avec araignée. 2013. I speak this much French. Nothing, but not really anything. This one I recently found in my university folder and I think I drew it during class. So, yeah. Now this one's kind of sweet. It's called Marie-Luella, Are You My Best Friend? This one's also from 2012. This one was inspired by a conversation that I overheard when I went to the ocean in Germany, the beach. And it says, we went to Sylt and bought crabs. And I imagined that they did not eat the crabs, but instead went and looked out on the sea with the crabs together. I'm vegan, by the way. So yeah, that was almost it. Well, this one, I don't know when I did it, but oh, it's 17 actually. Yeah, it's a little bit scary. Teeny tiny bit. And I like this one. It's also from 2017. And then here's a bigger one. And for the grand finale, French again, I'm gonna show you something that I drew when I was about 7 or maybe 8. No, I think 7. Very cute. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. I really hope that you enjoy this little collection of drawings I have made in the past and maybe got inspired to make some art yourself. It definitely inspired me looking at all the different things I have made in the past. While I was editing this video, I noticed that there are a lot more drawings that I haven't shown yet, so I am including some of them here. I also haven't even gotten to my oil paintings yet, So please tell me in the comments if you would like to see a part 2 with those. During the next week, I also want to finish an oil painting and will take you along with me, so stay tuned for that. And until then, you can check out the video I recently made of painting a still life. Thank you again and see you soon!